Jesse, we're gonna do this review or what, man?
Eat floor. Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Jesse Swift, and today I'm joined by my buddy Bryce Plez.
Me.
And today we're going to be talking about the sequel to the '89 Batman film. This is our second video review in the road to Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Can't wait to crack into Batman '91, I think, and it was Michael Keaton returning again. Awesome. And then we had Danny DeVito as the Penguin, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, and Christopher Walken had a part in this film. What are your thoughts? This was your first time seeing this film as well, correct?
Correct. So, after seeing the Batman, the first Batman, my hopes are kind of high for the second one.
The right Batman.
Exactly. So.
And Tim Burton coming back. You had the cast coming back. It sounded like, what could go wrong?
Exactly. And, I watched these back to back, so I was like, okay, I'm ready for the next one, ready to continue the story, And it started off really well, I'm not going to lie. I love that opening sequence.
Oh, the intro, action sequences.
Yeah,
bonkers.
but not even before that, when
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I love the way they use the bat symbol. Every time we were talking about it in our previous review is that they keep you see less and less of that, and they really utilize this in this one. I loved how they shined it, and then it
right into Wayne Manor.
Exactly.
And you see him stand up, and I was just like, oh, bro, that's
yeah,
Batman.
exactly. No, dude, it was so sick, and I was like, that's the way he needs to be summoned. It was just it was awesome, dude. But I loved, the whole chaos that was going on. It was, and I liked.
It was like a circus act gone rogue.
Exactly, and it was really fun to watch, and I was entertained from right off the beginning. I was like, okay, this is cool. I love everything that's going on. So much going on.
Because both of them started off with a little bit of excitement right off the bat. There was no slow hour-and-a-half long origin story. I'm looking at you, Batman Begins.
But no, yeah, it was a very cool startup, and I loved right off the bat too. It wasn't too far into the movie. You got to see the Batmobile again,
yep.
Right? And
still slick as
still very good. Yes, they
like a bat out of hell.
No, I think didn't they take away though that front? I think what was the only change?
It looked a little different,
just a little bit.
I can't think.
I'm pretty sure they took away that thing in the front, that other turbine. I think they just covered it and made it just straight black through there. But all in all, it still looks pretty good.
Right.
I still liked it a lot. It still looked
the Batmobile.
Exactly. It still looked like a Batmobile. It still fit him. And when he came out, I'm pretty sure when he finally made it to the chaos, he pushed this button and these two little things came out. And there's those people on those wooden what do you call those things that people stand?
Stilts?
Yeah, and he came out and he just put up these things and he ran into there's.
It's possible I was half asleep during this part.
Okay, well he literally did that. It turned on his thing as his wings came out and it just knocked those guys down and they retract back in.
Awesome.
It was so cool. I was like, dude, that's the
And
gadgets already.
I don't know if it was this one or the last one. They had the little is that when he blew up the building? The bombs dropped out the sides.
That was the first one.
That was the first one. Okay.
I think so.
All right.
I'm not sure.
Disregard my thoughts.
Yeah, they're getting an Oscar. Yeah, but
was that the first shot of the film, or did the film open with the Penguin origins?
Film opened with the Penguin origins.
Okay.
So yeah, you heard screaming, and I remember then there's this. I think the father, I guess, of the Penguin was sitting out there looking out the window.
We need to fact check because I think the dad was Paul Rubens, who was Pee Wee Herman.
What?
When watching the film, rewatch it. And cool thing is, Gotham, not that I watched that piece of garbage, but Paul Rubens is coming on Gotham as Penguin's dad. So
Dude.
I wonder if...
That's crazy.
Because when I was watching it, I looked at it, I was like, is that Paul Rubens with a mustache? That looks like Paul Rubens with a mustache. I could be completely wrong, and this whole rant could be pointless as hell. Continue. The whole movie's very snowy.
I wonder where it took place at. Where they filmed this
Gotham.
No, I wonder where they filmed it because it might have been probably near the winter. I'm sure.
Probably.
I don't think that was fake snow.
Some of it was.
Really? Okay.
Well, I mean, some of the stage snow.
You're right.
I think when they
But they just toss him into the river and down he goes.
And then you have.
Yeah, for the long time, that was a really long intro for him taking that whole ride down. I was like, okay, let's go.
Is that when they were doing the credits?
Yeah.
I think they just wanted an excuse to get all the credits names in
true,
there, so
I
it's
guess,
just following down the river. And...
Yeah, but I like how I'm pretty sure when it started the movie to the tree lighting, it came when it was ready. I think the camera panned out of the sewer and came up to the world.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. It was just okay, there it is.
And then, so we're reintroduced to, our Alfred and Bruce Wayne once again. And then we have a more interesting love interest in this film. It's just not right away. We get introduced to Selena Kyle, who is working for Christopher Walken in, I don't remember what the company is or does, but she uncovers something that proves how crooked Christopher Walken's character is.
They're stockpiling power or something, or they're fossil fuels. I don't remember, honestly.
Yep, doing something weird that was unimportant and just moved the story along.
So she found out about this that was going on, and she was like, I know I won't tell anybody, but like.
And then she's like, "What are you gonna do? Kill me?"
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and then they started laughing. I was like, okay, maybe he's not gonna kill. Like I said, I didn't see this movie, so I was like, maybe he's really gonna kill her right here. Like, and then he just freaking pushes her out the window, man.
Yep.
And that, I gotta say though, that whole, it's kind of weird. When I saw her laying on the ground, all those cats came to her, and then I noticed this one cat just gnawing on her finger. Like, there's literally this one cat.
Yeah.
Was like, I was like, what? Okay. And then, and I gotta say something though. I really, throughout the whole film, I just wasn't the biggest fan of Catwoman. I don't know, just something about her.
Go on.
She just randomly became like batshit crazy. That's all I can say. How she just transformed into Catwoman was very
Can I interrupt
rushed.
and ask a question then?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so we have had two, not counting Earth like the old 60s Batman, but we've had two on-screen Catwomans.
Okay.
We've had Michelle Pfeiffer, and we had Anne Hathaway.
Okay.
Was there anything special about Anne Hathaway's Catwoman, or was she just Anne Hathaway in a catsuit?
Again, I also didn't like Anne Hathaway as Catwoman either.
Yes.
So I mean, both of them, I haven't seen a good cat. Like, I'm waiting. I don't know. I haven't seen a good Catwoman. I'm waiting for that one to. Wait. Kind of waiting. This could be totally wrong, but didn't Halle Berry play Catwoman?
Oh God. No.
Why did I think she did?
I mean, yes, but no.
What am I missing here?
There was a movie. Oh, okay. Side rant.
Anyways, I just felt like it was very rushed. Her transformation, and I just found it kind of dumb. It's just like, okay, she gets up, she goes to her house, she's just throwing shit, going crazy, and then just, I don't know, she's just, just Catwoman.
Yep. Well,
how did you feel about it? Did you like
until you said that, I was fine with it, but now, I think the costume for me works. The kind of stitched up black leather to me looks like a Catwoman.
I have nothing wrong with the costume. Honestly, I just didn't like the way she. And here's the big thing too. All of a sudden, she knows how to fight. She came out and she just literally started like doing flips and kicking arse.
Okay, let's talk about how every intro or outro with her is back flips and front flips. Like, she just cartwheels out and cartwheels in. You notice that?
Yeah, she came out of that like.
She's like, "Hey, Batman."
And she just learned how to do that from falling, like, and hitting her head a little too hard. Now she can do flips and fight, and I don't know.
Maybe it's all in her head.
I guess so.
So, obviously, we have a little bit mixed emotions about Michelle Pfeiffer's portrayal as Selena Kyle and Catwoman. However, although it wasn't always treated the best, the look of Danny DeVito as the Penguin is terrifying.
I thought Joker was scary, but, dude,
full Burton. Burton just went all over this film. He's like,
dude, I remember he's freaky and gross. Like, I'd look at him and I was literally grossed out. I was seeing.
I had to tell you that was Danny DeVito.
Yeah, you did. And I was like, the guy from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, we watched like 30 minutes of it, and I was like, that's Danny DeVito. Who's Danny DeVito? And then we came, that was Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and you're like, no.
And then I started seeing, I was like, okay, yeah. Like,
yeah. Well, who else is shaped like that and waddles on a normal basis?
I loved what they did with him. Again, makeup, perfect, dude. Like, they did a great job.
You can't fault these movies on makeup.
No, definitely.
The first two.
Yeah, let's stay there. But I just like how, like, when he was talking, she had sharp teeth, and when he talked and yelled, like, his black liquid came out of his mouth. It was just gross. Like, I was sitting there eating something. I was eating crackers or whatever, and I was like, man, I'm good. Like, it was really made me feel just.
Or the raw fish, when they give him the raw fish. Like,
oh, dude, and then and right in front of those people, and he's making those noises and bites that guy's nose, and dude, he's so. I gotta give it to him. Like, I don't watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I don't really remember me seeing anything that he's in, but he sold his performance. Like, he was creepy, man. If I think of Penguin now, that's who I'm gonna think of. Not the Penguin from Gotham. I'm thinking of him.
Yeah. I mean, the Gotham Penguin's like kind of a little elegant, you know. And
Yeah.
I don't mind the way that they did that, but
He's not bad at all.
He's full cartoon Penguin, and that's the one thing I credit Tim Burton on is he looked at his source material. He's like, how do I bring this to life? And then he just did it. Like they look like they're ripped off the pages, whether it's Jack Nicholson or Danny DeVito or to some degree the Catwoman suit. I thought was pretty comic book accurate too.
Yeah,
Some of
yeah.
the older ones.
Yeah, I gotta say though, like I was again, Tim Burton did a good job at freaking me out with their villains. Like I was.
But you can definitely tell that this movie they lessened the reins on Tim Burton. But yeah, anyway, and then Christopher Walken just randomly thrown in the movie with the full white hair.
See, the thing about Christopher Walken, he did like I have nothing good or bad to say about him. I mean, he just was there.
He was there.
did a part.
Yeah.
Just you know.
He's
whatever.
present.
Yeah, and there was a time where I was like, Jesse, where did you go? Like he was literally out
Oh
of
yeah,
it for
he
a
was
while.
gone for like 30 minutes, and all of a sudden he shows back.
Yeah, I
up
was like,
Penguin, you're
oh, there he is.
Yeah, and then so they try
He's
to.
still relevant.
They try to make. There's so many plot lines in this movie. Like I remember most of the plot lines of the first movie. This movie just like, you remember the action sequences and everything else just kind of
Yeah.
together. I guess Penguin was mayor for a while.
I guess for a little bit. Like no, he was running and he didn't.
Oh, he was running for mayor.
And then remember when Batman put in that tape or whatever, and it made people like get really mad at him and stuff because he was like saying things that he didn't say, and he was like, "What's going on?"
Right.
And then he used his umbrella to start shooting. Like he just.
Oh, then there's that scene of when Penguin takes over Batman's Batmobile while he's in it, and he has like a little.
Oh yeah, that
Batmobile
was
he's driving
funny.
it.
There were some funny moments in that, but I gotta say, like the first half of the movie, really liked. I was like, dude, this is on top with the first Batman. I like.
It sets you up to like it more than the first one.
Yeah, and then it just dropped.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, so again, I was watching this with him again, and I pressed the button on my controller to see how much time was left. I'm like, gosh, still another hour. And I was like, how much? Hopefully it can regain itself. But it just started getting really weird, really dumb, and just so much stuff was happening. I was just like, what? Okay, they're bringing us back to this. Oh, he's still running for mayor? Like, okay. Like,
and then you get giant rubber duckies, and you
Yeah.
get the penguin.
The Penguin.
Mafia with rocket launchers on their back.
dude, I was like, what is going on? This is too much to comprehend. And I also
Spoiler alert: there are penguins with rocket launchers.
in this, yeah. And
They're Boba Fetting. Boba Fett's got like
Oh,
the rocket
yeah,
launcher.
yes. And you know what's funny is, he was living in the sewer, and penguins cannot live in that time. Like I was just putting that to I was like,
Yeah.
penguins can't live in like the sewer.
Like I get that they call him Penguin because of how he looks. He's short and
Yeah.
he waddles and he's got the beak nose and stuff. But like him controlling an army of penguins from the sewers is like,
Yeah. What?
What?
I was so confused. I was like, okay. What?
kamikaze penguins.
Yeah, I guess. And they were like mind controlled, I guess, like with or something.
With his power. Woman is that where we are right now? Catwoman got shot a few times, and she's like, oh, I got 8 lives, 7 lives,
Oh,
6
God,
lives.
yeah.
I was like,
Okay.
or not, because you fell and landed on some.
Oh, that's
cats. I
right.
don't know
So
if
that's
gives you
still a
power.
debt. Like what?
And yeah, and then she decides to grab a taser and make out with Christopher Walken and seemingly kill both of them after Michael Keaton revealed himself. And this is when you get to see how poorly made that mask is, because
He just rips it off.
It like rips like
It's so
bad
flat,
latex.
It even ripped off uneven. It was just like I don't know. It was just.
It wasn't a quality built together cop. There's no way that was. Well, obviously it's not bulletproof, and Catwoman sticks her claws in him a couple times.
That's true.
Pretty sure they banged in this movie too. They didn't show it, but I
Somewhere.
think they spent the night. He hit that pussy.
God, dude.
Sorry. So
Wow.
Then we get to the end, and you see a shadow, if you're paying attention, a shadow of Catwoman kind of sneaking away, like, oh, she's not dead, so I'm sure we'll see her again.
What was that part where Penguin was in the bed and she was laying on the bed, and I remember some really funny dialogue going on there. But Penguin's
There was lots. Oh, this movie started slowly turning into, at least with all of Catwoman's lines, or the back and forth. Penguin was gross, but yeah, softcore porn.
Yeah, definitely
Like-
started going that direction.
Dialogue porn, or whatever you want to call it. Like, I mean, excuse me for everybody watching at home, but this is in the movie. When Catwoman shows up at the Penguin's place, he goes, "Oh, there's the pussy I've been looking for." I was like, "Whoa, really?" Just like that. And I don't know. There were some other quips and stuff in there
Yeah.
that was like very. I don't want to say inappropriate because I'm 22, but I mean, it was kind of targeted for kids when it first came out, and I don't know what Tim Burton was thinking with a good chunk of this movie.
I feel like he showed like he's had a good portion of the movie done up, and they're like, yeah, this is awesome. Go for the rest. You know, we trust you. And then he's like, ooh, okay, I'm gonna just and he just went all out, dude. Because like I said, the beginning of the movie was good, and then it just
coming movies. They're like, I think we're gonna get a different director.
Yeah.
And just go. See, Tim Burton's going over here. We're going over here. Way over here.
Yeah, I don't. You know, I have a few things to say. I noticed that this movie had a lot more villain like screen time. I just noticed there's a lot less Batman and Bruce Wayne, at least at the beginning. There's a lot more build up of.
There was a lot of Nikki Vale and Bruce Wayne in the first one.
Yeah.
And in this one, when you see Bruce Wayne, it's like with Catwoman, so it's like dual.
Yeah. But I just noticed there's a lot of Penguin. I think Penguin had the most screen time for sure. One thing I really want to say about the first two is that I hate Commissioner Gordon.
Commissioner Gordon. That sounds so.
But
get out,
dude,
Commissioner
I was
Gordon.
like every time I saw him in each of these, I was like, they didn't get a new guy. Like he the way he talked, the way he was like,
all four of them, fat and worthless Gordon.
Yeah.
Like,
that's one thing I can say about the Christopher Nolan.
I was just about to say, thank you, Gary Oldman.
Yeah, he did.
Come back. Either you or Bryan Cranston. Oh my God, I'd love Bryan Cranston as Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
That would be actually awesome.
That'd be so good.
Yeah, that was a good one. Also, I think the best line I've ever heard in any movie. Best line I've ever heard in any movie. I did not expect it, and I laughed my ass off for a good 10 minutes.
I think we know the line on the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
Eat floor. But no, that was...
He had to help me pay attention because I wasn't really listening. And he's like, did he just say eat floor? And I was like, I think so.
And he starts laughing. That was so funny, dude. I think I laughed a little bit more in this one because for some of the parts were that stupid, but also there was some funny dialogue in there.
True. And you'd think the Joker would be the funnier movie.
But he was... I don't know.
It was kind of a lot of situational humor or some
You're right,
yeah.
Stuff
like that.
Yeah. I remember when Selena, right? The Catwoman.
Yeah.
Sorry. I liked when she found the taser right from that guy. After Batman saved her, the guy was just laying there and she had the taser and she was like... She wanted to test it. He just goes like that and she's like, oh, just laughed. Like, it was hilarious. Just those little...
Is that where she got the one at the end? Is that where she got that taser?
Yeah. It was from that first guy.
He was not paying attention.
It was from that first guy that tried that had the taser. He was like, I'll fry her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have a lot more to say about this movie.
I got a couple more things. I noticed that since I've now watched these first two, I noticed compared to the Christopher Nolan ones that these ones are way more dark and creepy and sadistic.
Which is funny because everyone talks about the Dark Knight trilogy. It's like, oh, it's dark and gritty. I'm like, so it's more realistic, but it's not darker than the older movies.
No, dude, definitely not. The first, they were creepy, man. They were dark, and especially the first one. Like, nothing's gonna... The whole premise of that movie was just terrifying.
Yep.
And, I still think about it. It's just like, there's no comparison.
The villains in the original movies, you don't want to be in a dark alley. You don't want to see Jack Nicholson or Danny DeVito in a dark alley. Bane, I'd be like, yo, what's up, bro? Want to go lift? like, he's not really that threatening. Liam Neeson isn't threatening. Scarecrow's a little scary.
He is.
But I almost would have liked to have seen Scarecrow in these movies.
They would have probably really
like
made him
Tim Burton would have
freaky,
nailed Scarecrow.
Yeah. Oh, a funny part, dude. I remember when at the town meeting, so he was, announcing his, I don't know, actually,
Run.
I think it might have been after that, but it's where Batman put in the disc and started saying, like, through the speakers that he wasn't saying.
Right.
I just loved how people just bring perfectly ripe vegetables to, like, throw. Like,
I didn't pay attention to this, and he brought it up, and I just started laughing for, 5 minutes.
You see them all before, and they just look in, they're all, like, with their stuff, and all of a sudden, they're just tossing a bunch of perfectly really red ripe tomatoes and lettuce leaves, and I'm just like, what? Where did they come from? Is that something they bring to every one of these meetings or something?
It's mandated by Gotham City Police that they bring fresh vegetables to every
I guess so.
function.
But I just started laughing. I was like, okay. I also noticed that this one I kind of, at first it had the same tone as being creepy and all that, but then it started taking this turn halfway. And it just started getting really stupid. Like, that's all I can say is it just took a downward spiral and just started getting stupid. Like, set it up to be like, oh, this is creepy. Penguin's creepy, and then it's just like, what?
Mhm.
And I was just like, I took the first Batman movie a lot, like, way serious. I didn't really laugh too much in that first one. It was just a very serious tone to the movie. It can't really compare to that one.
What was great about the movie is it took itself so seriously, and Joker was laughing, but you weren't laughing with him, which
No.
is what made him more creepy.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like this movie. Here's something you told me when I was talking to you about. I was like, this movie didn't know what it wanted to be.
Yep.
It was so back and forth, and I was
Sounds
like,
like a smart person said that.
yeah. But I was just, and the ending.
Well,
too,
the first one did. The first one knew exactly what it wanted to be,
Exactly.
and it achieved it.
and it stuck to it. This one like started out thinking, okay, it's gonna stick to the same thing as the first Batman, but then it started doing all these. I just don't know what happened. I was so lost. I was so ready for it to be over. Honestly, I was like, oh, come on, please. Credits? No, dang it. No, it's just.
And so end the reign of the Tim Burton Batman movies, and the Tim Burton Batman mobile, and the Michael Keaton. Ended on a whimper, unfortunately.
Sadly,
But so I think, are you ready for final thoughts?
I am.
Final thoughts.
I'm gonna say that definitely liked the first one a lot better. Definitely looked like Tim Burton's first, his first trial at the Batman movies. Definitely a lot better. I feel like he went too Tim Burton-y on this one.
Yeah.
That's not a word, but he just too much of him. It just took away from the movie.
It got too Beetlejuicy in that movie, but I mean, you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
but
so I
if you
can't-
saw it, you'd be like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Weird visuals and
But
stuff.
it sucks too because, like I said, I watched it right after the first Batman, and I had so much hope, and then it just kind of okay. Well, now we're just kind of lost hope for Tim Burton because I was impressed with the first one, and then this happens, and you just kind of lose some I don't know.
So on our scale, where do you fall?
I'm gonna have to say a total suckfest.
Total suckfest.
Yes.
Wow, I thought we were gonna actually have the same opinion on this. I am going to go, because it still holds a somewhat special place in my heart for being a kid, say super meh. Because, like you said, it started off good, and then it went kind of bad. So I have some good to say about it, some bad to say about it. So, meh and suckfest.
Suckfest. Total suckfest.
So, tune in next week, guys, because we're going to be reviewing the first Joel Schumacher film.
Superman Forever. I just Superman Forever. Batman Forever. Wow.
Superman Returns Forever in Batman. But we will be reviewing Batman Forever next week. So until next time, may the film be with you always.